Greetings, my social media family, and I hope that you all had an awesome weekend and you're ready to start a new week, start a new beginning, new start at life. Don't worry about yesterday. Just make things happen for today. You know, that's my motto. Focus on today. You know, yesterday got his own problems of his own. So, but today is day 12, and I don't know why I'm saying the signal is weak because I have moved this doggone camera around. But this is the challenge. For those who don't know and that's just tuning in, I have challenged myself to go live for 30 days, no matter what, not making any excuses. And if you don't know me, I am a Dion. I can't turn the camera off because then I'm going to have to start all over. It'll clear up. Thank you. See, the power of your words, the power of your words. But thank you for definitely being with me through the weak signals and all of those things and through my little hiccups on the way. But this is what my 30-day challenge is all about. I am a Dion and I want to be your lifeguard and save you from drowning in your own life, getting in your own way, putting things off. And that's why I'm here to hopefully motivate you in taking those steps that you need to take to pursue your dreams, your visions, and creating that wonderful invention that you've been thinking about before somebody else and before you see that commercial that somebody else created the same thing. So on day 12, I just thought that, I've been trying my best to encourage you with different topics and motivate you. But now I just think it's time for me to share some experience. I have been sharing experience little by little, but share even more experience to hopefully help you out on your journey, whether it be, with your kids, buying a house, credit, whatever. We're going to talk all about all of it because I've had over 20-something jobs. I've moved over 20-something times in my life. So I just want to share those experiences and what I got out of it, the knowledge and wisdom I learned from it to hopefully save you from making mistakes or even help you in making better decisions. Just sharing, that's what it's all about, sharing knowledge. So today's topic is preparing for college. And I was thinking about this. I was going to put preparing to send your kids to college or preparing parents, for whatever. But I thought about it, and sometimes it's just, young people, maybe the parents not around for whatever reason. Maybe it's just young people that want to know the information. So this way, cover the whole scope. So preparing for college, and I feel like I decided to do this topic because I have a niece that's getting ready to enter college. I have a niece that's pretty much done, one that's on her last year, and my son is going into his second year. And then I had a little cousin that just graduated. So, and then I have another little cousin that's getting ready to go into college. So I thought that this would be the perfect topic because I'm a single mom, if you listen to any of my other videos, and, it's not a choice for everyone. And for whatever reason, everybody don't go. I didn't get a chance to go. I wound up going to a trade school, but I had my degree in fashion design and tailoring, which worked out very good for me. My mom at that time, she was a single mom. She couldn't afford it. And she really didn't know how to go about getting any type of financing back then. Things are different now. We got social media. We have the internet. We didn't have all that back then. Yes, I'm telling my age. We just had the typewriter back then. Computers was like, put it this way. We had the big cell phones that basically was a weapon that was about this big back then when I was just graduating high school. So all y'all old school people, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anywho, I made it my business when it was time for my son to make that choice. My daughter, she did go to college. She was blessed with a full scholarship. Although she didn't finish her last year, she wound up getting pregnant. But I'm grateful to say, yay, she's finally finishing it up now, and it's been maybe like 4 years or 5 years later, but she is finishing that last year up, and getting her degree. So I'm proud of her. Now my son, he's entering the sophomore year, and you know, we really were, we had all this information for so many different people. And you know, when you are about to send your child to college, or maybe not, you have people coming at you from all angles trying to tell you what to do with your child. And you know, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not so good. So you got to be careful at what information you listen to, and really learn how to research yourself and make your child, you know, do it together. I don't think, you know, some parents put it on a child and say, oh, this is what they want to do, they need to learn it. But I believe that it's a team effort, because they are just graduating high school. We all know when we were graduating high school, we thought we was grown and we knew everything. But if we knew then what we knew now, I'm sure a lot of us would have listened more. But anyway, you know, it was a team effort on me and my son's behalf. We talked it out, what he wanted to do, what he wanted to take. So these are the things I think, well, I suggest, I'm going to say this, from my experience is, while, you know, it's the summertime, kids are out of school, you know, even sometimes you can make it like a little vacation. You and your child can start just looking up websites. That's how I started. I found out what my son wanted to take, what his interests were, you know, and I started narrowing it down from there. So I just started Googling top schools for computer engineering, because he's in there for computer engineering, computer science, but he is a writer too. He has 2 published books out right now, available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and all the online websites. Shameless plug. Anyway, if you scroll down, you'll see a picture of him and his books. And if you would like to purchase it, that would be nice. Anyway, so at first he was going to go in for writing and, you know, the computers. So I scaled it down from there, and I typed in Google top colleges for computer engineering, computer science. I would switch it up, and writing. So from there, and this is a very, very, very key point. You know your child's personality. So with that being said, when my son was entering college, he was just coming out of a shell being an introvert. He wasn't an introvert, of course, with me, or if he really knew you, but he wasn't really as outgoing. Oh, now he's totally out of shell. He's got my bug in him. But find out think about your kid's personality. That'll help you scale it down too. So when you Google the colleges, look at the amount of students that they have, because you got the small scale and then you got the huge scale. So, you know, don't go by the popular names. Don't look at, okay, I never heard of this college. What is this? No, sometimes the ones that you didn't hear of have very, very high ratings. I mean, I went from searching the top colleges. I read reviews, not just the reviews on the college, but I read reviews on what the parents were saying, what the students were saying. I mean, it's a real job. It was a whole lot of work if you're really serious and you make it a team effort. So what you could do is like split up the duties. Maybe you can start searching as the parent, top colleges. Have y'all both do it for whatever the subject is. And then both of y'all just take a handful. Go through the websites. See, you know, how much they're focused on that specific major, because they might say that they offer that, but that might not be their focus. You know, some colleges are, you know, they might say, okay, we have computer science. Like, okay, perfect example. At first, you know, we were going to go with Gettysburg College, and they said they had computer science. And then once we went to the college he's in, Elizabethtown, they were on the same scale as far as smallness, because my son wanted to go to a small college, so under 3,000 students. And so therefore he's in a private college. And we were so gung-ho about it probably was me more than him, gung-ho about Gettysburg because of the reviews and things of that nature. But come to find out, Elizabethtown College had great ratings as well. And so when we went there, though, they were so welcoming, and the staff was very small and very, I want to say, intimate. You know, they were more personable. Gettysburg, they were too, but they were welcoming too, but it just was something about Elizabethtown. You know, it was just something about the students and everything. But that's what helped her make the decision, because Elizabethtown actually had a whole building dedicated to computer science, engineering, and things of that nature, where Gettysburg just had a couple classes. So this is what I'm saying about the importance of making sure that the college that you're looking at, just because it offer it, that it is really a focus point on it. And also, Elizabethtown has a focal point on writing. They're really strong with writing. So that was like 2 pluses for them, you know. We looked at Lafayette as well. They didn't seem, they were welcoming people, but it just seemed like the staff was so uniform to me, you know. And I'm just a person that I always teach my son, make relationships, you know what I mean? So I don't know, you know, most kids, most young adults, they want to go where the hype is, where the popular college, and parents too. I see a lot of parents, they hyped on that. Oh, what is that college? Elizabeth, what is that? I've never heard of that. I was like, yeah, do your research, because the college that you're thinking about is the bomb. Their rating is higher than that college. So don't underrate colleges just because you never heard of them. Really look into them. Really look at the ratings for them. And most importantly, go do a tour. Go do a tour. Don't just, once you narrow it down maybe to a good 5 colleges, I would say, or maybe you can start with 10. I think that's overwhelming. I think the more options, the more confusing. So if you could just narrow it down from bullet points, have your book, your little notebook out, your composition book, and write your notes for each college as you look on the website, as you look at the reviews. As I said, this is a job. But if you want your child in the right school and you have to pay money out, you want to make sure you paying money out for the right thing that they're going to be happy at, and they're going to want to do the whole 4 years. Because that was another thing I had to look at. I looked at the retention, far as students staying, the turnover, because sometimes students will go to a school and then they'll leave, and they might not have a high ratio for that, you know. And so I looked at that as well. I looked at graduation rate. I looked at the job rate, far as how long does it take the student to get a job once they leave, once they graduate. That is very important. There's a lot of kids out here that graduated from college that can't find a job. And most importantly, how much does the college help the student in getting a job? Because a lot of the bigger colleges, is when they're so big like that, the options are slimmer. So that was another reason why we decided to go with a smaller college. It's almost like you're kind of like a number at a bigger college. You don't get a chance to be like one-on-one with the professor as much as a smaller college. The college he's in, they offer the students to be able to be hands-on with the professors. They know their professors. They can do projects with the professors. It's not, I think it's maybe like, I want to say maybe 30 to 50 kids per lecture hall, whatever like that, where the bigger college, it's just a total, it's like a show for class or something like that. But I mean, I'm nothing against the bigger colleges. If that's your thing, or if that's what your son, daughter want to do, definitely support them. I'm just telling you, for my son's personality, that's why we went with that college. Now, my daughter, she went to a little bit bigger. It wasn't that much bigger. She went to Shippensburg, and she did well. But she's not like both of them are. She's a more to herself person. She's sociable, but she's to herself. So it worked for her for the time that she was there. So let me give you some tips on sites that can help you out to prepare for college. So while it's summertime, maybe you could take and make it more like a vacation when you decide to go visit a college, and look at the area, look at the neighborhood that the college is going to be around, because that's what I did. So I have here 5 websites that we use that helped us, and you should try to check it out, and it could help you tremendously. One is called gocampusing.com, and I'm going to show you, and I'll put the links in my description as well. But gocampusing.com, that's a site that can help you to narrow down college tours. They'll have dates and things of that nature on how you can get involved in doing some college tours. Your child can go on some college tours and stuff, and prepare for that. And they also, I think they have some information on scholarships and things of that nature. So gocampusing.com is one. Another one that really helped us out a lot is called commonapp.org. And commonapp.org, that is a site where your student would go on, put information about themselves. They would have to do an essay, put the colleges that they are interested in. They could keep adding colleges. I would say don't. I think they only take up to 10, I think. But you put the college in, it'll walk you through. As a matter of fact, go on YouTube and then put Common App in, and it'll show you how to utilize the website. And if I was you, I would just, any website you're not sure of how to use it, put that website in YouTube, and most likely you'll find a tutorial on how to navigate the certain website. But Common App is where, like, recommendations because to get in these colleges, it helps if you have recommendations from teachers, from if your child had a job or did any volunteer work, they can ask whoever was in charge of, or the boss of the job, or their favorite teacher, if they would be willing to write them a recommendation letter. They really hold a lot of power. I'm telling you, I really believe that helped my son get into college that he got in. He got a recommendation letter from the vice principal of his old private school, and from his writing teacher, and who else? Oh, and his counselor for the school that he was in. He wasn't even in that private school, but the vice principal still wrote him the letter. He was homeschooled his last year. But nevertheless, when we talked to, we had a meeting with the director, his interview. Actually, it was the second interview. I got to tell you about that. His interview, she asked why he didn't do his last year there, because they spoke so highly of him. And I had to let her know, listen, I had to choose private school or college because, listen, I'm a single mom. You know how that is, money at the time. So she said, enough said. But when you go on there, it'll allow you to invite different people to send their recommendation letters in. Now, when you do the invite, it'll have somewhere where you can waive seeing the recommendation for once they send it in. And I would say opt out of seeing the recommendation, because what I've learned is if you opt in and you want to see the recommendation, it doesn't hold as much weight as not seeing it, because the colleges think that you might have worked with the teacher or whatever and told them what to say. So we don't know what they wrote, but obviously it was good enough to get them in. Another one is, and I'm just trying to go fast over because I know this is kind of a long video, because I'm trying to get out as much information as I can that I think was helpful to me. Okay. Another one is called College Bound. That site will keep you informed about the SAT dates, the AP dates, all the testing dates, testing sites. I think they got another one coming up in August. If your child didn't do well, they can retake the test. I think August might be the next time. But go on that site and find out if I remember right, they even offer practice testing, so that can help your child. And I think they also help you to find out about scholarships as well. But a lot of good information on that site as well. Oh no, not College Bound. Okay, College Bound is informational. College Board is the one that helps you with, as far as the testing, the SATs and the, all the different testings and stuff like that. And then Fast Web is a scholarship website. It has a ton of different scholarships that your child can write essays for and get money for, all different types. There are other ones out there, but that is one of the most popular ones. So I just figure I'll just share one for now. And if you like this information that I'm giving you, you feel like it's helpful to you, please put yes in the comments. Tell me what information you would like to know, and I definitely will make another video on it. But when you don't comment, I don't know what you need, or inbox me or whatever. I don't mind sharing. So these are the websites right here. Oh, it's backwards. I'm sorry it's backwards, but I will put the links. I try to write real big so you can see, but I'll put the links. Or maybe can you see it through the page? This is black. Yeah, you could probably see it. I think you can see it through the page a little bit. But I'll put the links in the description. Those websites were very, very helpful, especially the college app. The Common App. That was a good site, and it's going to ask you. You're going to have to get the counselor. The school counselor can send the transcripts through there. It's very helpful how they made these sites to connect with the schools and things of that nature. Now, I did notice as well with Common App, there is another site. I think it's called Navian or something like that, but it's another site that's like Common App that certain schools deal with. I think the private schools deal with that one. Because his vice principal, we had to do something different or whatever like that. But anyway, definitely go on and check out those websites. You want to start now. If your child is entering the 12th grade, you're really behind the ball. I'm telling you, if we would have knew then what we know now, we probably would have did things a little bit different. But as I was telling my son, everything worked out perfectly. But still, we probably would have did some things. We probably would have been a little bit earlier on things. Oh, key point. Do not. Well, this is a suggestion. I would suggest that you do not, when you pick a college, don't pick one college. Don't pick one college. Let your child apply to many colleges, because we made that mistake and we almost lost out because it took so long for them to respond, the whole process. Because they have this thing that if you make the college your first pick, sometimes you'll get more money or things of that nature. But we didn't know, and we picked Gettysburg first. They were taking a long time, and by the time it was almost time for them to send it, it was almost closeout time to send in for other colleges. So we had to hurry up and send in to the other colleges and stuff like that. So I would suggest at least let your child apply to 5 different colleges, because you just don't know. The earlier the better, because they'll have more money, more scholarships. Definitely talk to the financial aid for all the colleges, because the schools themselves have scholarships. My son's school gave my son a boatload of scholarships alone. The school hooked my son up. I'll say it this way. All I had to do was come out of pocket for real for his staying on campus, so he could stay on campus. So I had to pay for his housing. But to be honest, the scholarships that my son made out with basically covered his tuition, and that school is very expensive. I think we might have he took out maybe a loan for $6,000, and that was it. So I would say try to get on it early, because the faster you do, if you got to do FAFSA, get up on the FAFSA, put your FAFSA information out there, let your student do his FAFSA. Just make sure you get up on that information, and I will put the links there. This is a long video, I know, but as a parent, I'm just trying my best to remember what I can. Most important thing. Over the summer, I don't know about your child, I don't know their personality, but have them, if they haven't done anything yet, have them do some volunteer work. Because one thing the colleges are big on is seeing how the child connects with community. What else do the child have to offer outside of grades, outside of good grades? And if your child doesn't have good grades, this is a way that can save them. Because my son didn't take the SATs. He didn't want to. I didn't force him. And so therefore he worked harder. So he did a lot of volunteer work. He also, far as having something different to offer, because he was a book writer, he had 2 published books to come in on an interview on. So they saw that ambition in him. And then his GPA was high. So if some of the colleges will have alternative, look and see if they have alternative where they will allow the child to get away with not doing an essay, any type of testing. But the other alternative is their GPA. I think it has to be at least a 3.5 or a 3.9. One of those, it has to be in order for them not to take the SATs. Not all colleges offer that, so you got to check and look on the website and see under probably the administration's part what is the criteria for getting them. What do they look at for eligibility? And also you want to look at the acceptance rate too, because some colleges is, the acceptance rate is very low. So that means that you got to work double time to get in that. Your kid got to be, doing some things. So anything that your child has, any type of talent, whether they can draw, whether they can dance, sing, whatever. Like my son, he had built a computer from scratch. I videotaped all his stuff. I put together this whole video. Listen, I was a crazy mom. I put together a video of all the stuff that he had been doing, from the book signings to the putting his computer together from scratch, and did a little interview on him, and I made it into a YouTube video, and I sent it to all the administration emails. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And what that did was it really helped. Oh my God, my hair is so frizzed out. It really helped him a lot, because it showed another side of him. They were able to look at him as just more than just a GPA. They were able to see into his personality to see if he was the right fit for their school. Because a lot of the colleges, they want to know that your child is the right fit, no matter what their grades are like or whatever. If their personality is not the right fit, some schools, it depends on the acceptance rate, they're not going to take them. So I hope that I shared enough information with you. I'm sure it's more. Maybe I'll do another video on this. But definitely get up on it. Make it some vacation time. Go out there. And, this is the last one. I promise, and I'm going. This is another thing that my son did. Once he narrowed it down, he did a day tour. He did a day tour with Gettysburg, which means he went to all the classes like a regular class, and you got to find out the schedule, get that together with the college. And then with Elizabethtown, he did the day tour, and then he liked it so much, he did an overnight stay. So these colleges will allow you to do that. So that way your kid can really get the for real feel of how it feels to be on campus. Will he like the teacher? Because that was my son's concern. If he really connect with the teacher, he went to the regular classes. I mean, a full day, like when he starts. And that really helps seal the deal with him. So that is a definite major thing that I would suggest doing once you narrow it down to have your young adult do an overnight or maybe just a day visit with the college. And of course, you as the parent, definitely y'all go to the orientations. Have your questions ready for the tour guide. We was questioning those tour guides a lot. Write your notes, okay? That's going to be the key. Keeping a book, writing notes for each college so that you can make the right choice. Because this is a big decision for you and for your child. So it's going to affect you both. So with that being said, I pray that I hope you comment, like. If you got some good information from this video, make sure you give me a like, give me a wow, give me a love, something. Share it, because there's a lot of parents out there that's just clueless. There's a lot of young adults out there that would like to go to college but think they can't afford it. My income wasn't the price of that tag of the college. If I would have just looked at my situation, I wouldn't have even tried. But I didn't look at my situation. I just went on faith. Me and my son, we got together. We went on faith and we prayed about it. And God just blessed us. He blessed us with a lot of doors, opened up a lot of doors, a lot of scholarships for him. And my son now knows that he has to keep his GPA up to keep those scholarships, which thank God he did for this semester. So the scholarships are going to stay the same for this semester. So it's a blessing. So again, I hope I was able to share some light and help you out. But definitely go visit those websites. I will put the link in the description. And let me know. Let me know. Even if you don't want to comment, inbox me. Let me know if it helped you and if you need more information, because I'm sure it's something that I might have missed out on. I don't know. But until tomorrow, this is my 12th day, y'all. So excited. Until tomorrow, we'll see what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. I'll probably try to give you some more experience type of live taping or whatever. I think I'm going to go back and forth, motivation, experience or whatever, and see how that works for you. All right. So this is Adion, Chronicles of Livin, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, drowning in the world, drowning in life. And until tomorrow, love you. Deuces. Peace.